Nothing is going to stop you ever again, my gorgeous Gemini. Nothing is going to stop you ever again. And when I say this, it's about you, like really kind of sticking to the certain plan and wanting to do something in your life for such a long time. But every now and then, certain things happen that they affect us, they affect our mind, they affect our way of thinking, and they just mess up a lot on our particular spiritual path, because we just become like kind of sometimes showered by different challenges in life that do very often take attention from those things that we should be primarily focusing on. Indeed, my gorgeous Gemini, I'm talking about the stage and the period in between the 9th and the 15th of January 2023, where at the beginning of this week, this is why am I saying something really magical, it's actually going to happen. Something really wonderful, it's actually going to happen. As somebody in your life who was affecting you and who was worrying you so much, it's really going to surprise you like there is no tomorrow. They will tell you something, they will do something, and you are gonna fall on your bum. Literally, you are kind of gonna be shaken in a way where you're gonna be completely surprised, like where on earth this is actually coming from. But almost as if you expected the worst, but the outcome from that person and through that person is gonna be remarkable. And this is just really going to make you aware of the fact how one specific person actually affected your life and affected your spiritual journey. And this is to do with the specific person in your life who is very close to you, who is completely connected to you. So this is either family member or a very, very close friend indeed. So something happened in between you two, and it was going on for a while, and that was affecting you more than you actually thought. In fact, you will realize right at the beginning of this week, when that person comes forward, when they tell you what they're gonna tell you, you're gonna be shocked, but in a good way of being shocked. And at that moment in time, poof, something is just going to change. The huge amount of negative energy is going to disappear, and you will realize almost immediately after that moment in time, there's so many kind of solutions that are going to be on your mind with the problems that were in your life for such a long time. Now suddenly you're going to feel so light and so easy, and with the certain problems that were worrying you and slowing you down, now suddenly you're going to be like a big mama. You're going to be flying over like a big mama, like there is no tomorrow. You're suddenly going to be thinking about few different things that were slowing you down and that was worrying you for so long in such a way where you are actually going to feel inspired by thinking about them. And also at the same time, you're immediately going to have a solution to this, solution to that, solution to this, solution to that. And now suddenly you're going to be like, my God, where is this coming from? Like, I cannot believe, why didn't I do this before? Where is this amazing energy coming from? And then you're going to realize how much this person was affecting you, and which means that you are very much so closely connected to this person, like quite a lot. So this is why your life was affected, because sometimes things in our lives can get things in our life that we go through can affect us, but we block certain things, and certain things that like kind of stuck at the back of our subconscious mind, and they are kind of preventing us from reflecting on life in a specific way, and it does kind of make us feel limited instead of feeling limitless. And this is what am I talking about here, because almost like after that moment in time, after you find out this, my gorgeous Gemini, at the beginning of this week, now suddenly there is a one big thing. I told you like few different things. It's going to be like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You will realize how much was this affecting you. Okay, and whether you were angry with that person, or like mad when it comes to that person, or like dead serious when it comes to that person, or like really anxious when it comes to that person, it doesn't really matter. This is all about to disappear. And the bottom line is, you are I told you like few different things. Now suddenly you're going to come up with the solution how you're going to do this, and you're actually going to enjoy yourself. with those things that caused you problems before. But now at the same time, there is something very, very specific. One of the biggest plans you had, like it's to do with manifestation process. You need to understand this is gonna like kind of reconnect you with yourself, but it's also gonna reconnect you with an important plan. One of the biggest plans ever. How you want ultimately your life to be. You know, what's missing in your life right now, it's not going to miss later on. But the bottom line is, it's going to like reconnect you with yourself, and you're going to be thinking about something very specific, about manifesting something really, really specific. But what you don't know, what you're not going to know, that in exactly 11 months time, you are going to manifest what you're thinking about. My goodness, please do understand the importance of this, because this is going to be mind-blowingly important. So not only you're going to reconnect with yourself, and you're going to be thinking, you're going to be returning to the original plan. So these are not few things that were causing you problems. This is something really important, really big when it comes to manifestation, big manifestation, and when it comes to how you want your life to be. This is big, you know, you're returning to yourself, but you're also returning to your original plan, because you've been through quite a lot. So what is going to be on your mind, it's also going to manifest in exactly 11 months. You will know what this is, because you're going to become ridiculously ambitious, ridiculously powerful, and ridiculously confident, and ridiculously enthusiastic, but ridiculously confident exactly when it comes to the certain success. You know, so you're going to feel this on so many different levels, like this determination that you're going to have. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and it's all going to boil down towards you knowing exactly like what you know, like you having this confidence and knowing exactly what is actually going to bring a success into your life. And even more so, you know, you are going to be facing like the variety of options. You know, by the end of this week, you're going to be facing the variety of options, my gorgeous Gemini. And even more so, like if you face the variety of these options, if you were facing the variety of these options only like about a few weeks ago, you would be like, no baby, no. If you were facing this only like a few days before that, you would be like, no baby, no. But now slowly but surely you're getting prepared for this. By the end of the week, you're going to be facing the actual variety of options that normally you wouldn't maybe even notice. Oh, you wouldn't think it was for you. But now, by the end of this week, it's all going to be building up to this moment in time where you're going to know that you've got absolutely everything in order to take these options and these opportunities on. And this is absolutely brilliant. And there's someone really specific in your life, really special in your life, very powerful figure, very powerful person. It's also like kind of going to be really pleased with you, and they're going to be so like kind of excited for you and for your own happiness, and them like that. There is someone else you see specific in your life, the other person that I'm talking about now, like someone really special and really specific here who is around you. Again, you see people in your life are going to be playing an important role, because it's going to mean to you so much how to this other person in your life, how much this is going to mean to them. This is going to mean to you so much, because you will know that someone is going to feel so proud of you, and that particular person is someone extremely experienced when it comes to that particular field, and somebody who has been there, somebody who has done that, somebody who's ridiculously experienced with the certain things in life that you are going through right now. So that particular person knows little secrets and things about what you're doing and what you're working on. Do you know what I mean? So that person is already this is going to mean to you so much, because you will know that they have got a relevant experience, and this is going to put a massive smile on your face. And there is going to be a very interesting and intuitive psychic message that you are going to have at the same time. A very interesting psychic message that you are going to have at the same time. It's going to kind of make you aware of some kind of a new area of study as well, that you should pretty much so take this on immediately, because this is the part of your spiritual journey right now, and I really, really like it. And also at around the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Gemini, you're actually going to kind of have a very kind of unexpected situation happening. This is going to really surprise you so much. It's going to blow you away. And this unexpected situation is like literally something is going to surprise you so much, but it's more about the outcome. Like how come some kind of problem and another problem is going to come to an end. And that problem that is going to come to an end, it's also going to, like, it was preventing you from coming up with a certain conclusion. So now you will be able to come up with an important conclusion, and at that moment in time you are going to have a vision, some kind of a vision, how you want your life to be, and there's so many other things that are going to be on your mind, how you want your future to be, that you've never kind of felt connected to before. And this is going to really surprise you, like, oh my God, now suddenly I'm thinking about my future in a slightly different way, where that a few new things are kind of coming up. And this is always a very healthy and powerful sign when it comes to your spiritual journey indeed. And by the time you get to the meat part of this week, my gorgeous Geminini, it's like a basically, you know what, you are really kind of gonna find yourself in the middle of some kind of like a very unusual situation where people are going to be like kind of arguing, you know, like at around the midweek, you know, you're going to find yourself in this situation where they're going to be like a few different people around you, and people are going to have some kind of misunderstanding or some kind of argument, but you need to kind of really understand that you're going to need to put your point across. This is so important, because you're going to feel like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I don't want to say this, I don't want to put a bit more oil on that fire, because if you put a bit more oil on the fire, you're just going to make it worse. But no, baby, no, in this situation, that's not what you should do. So when you become aware of this like kind of arguments at around the midweek, or this misunderstanding, you don't have to argue, you don't have to scream, you don't have to like, no, do you know what I mean? No, baby, no. You just need to be nice, gentle and gorgeous like you always are, but you need to put your point across. You need to put your foot down, and you need to put your point across. You need to be as direct as possible, okay? Because by being direct, you are going to do the right thing, and by being direct, you are going to have a very interesting idea about yourself. And by being direct, you're also going to realize something so powerful like about yourself as well. You're going to realize how to kind of release yourself from feeling restricted. You're going to realize something very special about yourself, that you know how to do something like in order to kind of like really improve your life. And you will be able to understand about yourself also that, you know, there is something very specific that you will understand, how to kind of deal with a certain problem that left you in such a limbo. You know, it's going to open your eyes, and it's going to make you aware of exactly the fact that you know how to deal with a problem that was making you feel too sad and too negative and too restricted for over the last year, quite a lot. So you are going to have some kind of answer to your own problem by your own action. This is going to be remarkable, and it's going to be important. So this is the karmic result, the direct karmic result of you being honest and putting your point across, putting your foot down and being direct. And this is, you know, this is all going to lead towards you realizing something very specific about yourself, about a certain problem that was affecting you for so long and making you feel really negative. So now this in itself is going to be so important, because it is the part of the very, very clear direction that you are going to find yourself at. That at the same time, what you need to understand throughout this week, whatever you start, you also need to finish. It is very important when it comes to your karma, but at the same time, you know, it's all about, this is all going to kind of like a lead towards you kind of allowing your own creativity and passion to take the better of you. And this is when you become so powerful, when you just follow your passion no matter what. And this was kind of all affecting you on that level when it comes to your spiritual journey indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Gemini, this is brilliant. I like it so much, because it's about an important recognition and an important success and rather important achievement. This is going to mean to you so much, okay? This important success and important achievement and important like kind of accomplishment that you're going to have, it's going to make you feel so good about yourself, but it's also going to start releasing so much of the negativity that you've been through. And again, and now also when it comes to that like really big success and all that, you know, it's like this in itself, it's almost instantly gonna make you feel really spiritual. And now suddenly at around that time, you will either want to reconnect with the people who think like you, or you will kind of have a certain ideas when it comes to your spirituality. You will think like, I want to try this, I want to try that. And this is also a very, very good sign. And when I say that you are going to have a really big achievement and accomplishment at the end of the week, do you know what? it is to do a lot with a very, very huge, massive burden coming to an end. You see how much of the negativity it's actually going to come to an end this week. This is wonderful, my gorgeous Geminini. Not only this is the beginning of the whole new month, you know, we are still like at the beginning of the whole new year here, you know, so it's not only like the first month this year, but it's like us being at the beginning of the year, and then again you've got so many negativities coming to an end, and whenever there is a certain negativity comes to an end, that means that a certain cycle comes to an end, and after that moment in time it's entirely up to you and entirely down to you. What are you going to do indeed? So just remember that when I say that you're going to have a really big achievement and victory and accomplishment, this is really to do with like a very massive burden that is going to come to an end, and this is going to mean to you so much, because it was worrying you. It was worrying you like this. If you didn't become aware of this success and accomplishment, you know, that would, you know, this in itself became a really huge burden in your life, because you were worrying about it so much. How is this going to work out? So the news is going to be really, really great, but at the same time, you know, it is gonna kind of make you aware of the fact that, you know, you're gonna have an ultimate kind of like a change. You know, after this moment in time, you know, your life is going to change drastically, dramatically, in the best possible way. But the bottom line is you becoming aware of this ultimate change. It's something that is really going to keep you going, and it's like, oh my God, it's really going to surprise you, because you will know that there is so much that is actually going to speed it up now. This will speed up the process with so many different things that you were kind of waiting for, and at the same time it's really going to surprise you to the point where you are going to have a bit of a hermit moment as well at around the end of the week. You're really going to throw you out of balance, but in a good way, because I'm telling you, this is really going to surprise you. So it's going to like kind of like really surprise you in a good way. So it's going to put you in this hermit mode, and then when you're in that hermit mode, you are really looking for the big life answers, and you go really, really deep, and you understand so much more that you normally don't understand, because you are like looking at the things from a completely different perspective. There is so much that is highlighted that we need to pay attention to, but sometimes we suppress because it makes us feel really bad about ourselves if we think negatively, and then that kind of like we don't like these emotions, for example. So this hermit mode, it's really going to pretty much so I'm gonna make you realize about a certain responsibility. You need to be responsible here, and you are really becoming this position. You are really getting to this position of power where your leadership is really, really important, but also at the same time you are gonna realize that you are gonna need to kind of come up with some kind of rules, and this is in order to maintain certain order. But at the same time, you know, the bottom line is when you have this hermit moment, you're gonna realize that you are really laying like a very solid foundation when it comes to your future. I absolutely like it. And also when it comes to the end of this week, a very, very good news, my gorgeous Geminini, especially when it comes to justice. Whether you're looking for whether you were waiting for the actual proper legal justice, or whether you're just waiting for someone to decide something for you, something that means to you so much, you know, but you were just kind of left in a limbo, and someone else is deciding something that you can't do much about until you wait to see what the outcome is going to be. So whether this is a legal thing, a proper legal justice, or whether someone is just going to kind of make a really important decision for you, however this is, it's going to be brilliant, and you are going to like it so much what the outcome is going to be. So your justice is coming, my gorgeous Geminini, indeed. But at the same time, when you become aware of that justice, there is some kind of very intuitive psychic message going to come to you. Just remember this, and this psychic message that it's going to come to you is just like kind of gonna be like almost like, you know, you're going to be reminded at that moment in time through the actual psychic message of something that you've learned over the last 2 or 3 months. Indeed, something that you've learned as something that you really kind of liked, and something that you felt extremely connected to, and something that you kind of forgot about. So now you're going to be reminded of this when you get this psychic message, and this is also a very important sign for you to immediately take this on bring this into your life right now. It's time, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Gemini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.